Hey everyone, in this video I'll be going over the 5 tips I believe that can skyrocket your skill in Rocket League. Let's begin. Tip number 1, be as efficient as possible. This can be moving around the field or boost management. As you can see in the background, I'm moving around the field as fast and efficient as my path lets me. A path could be a way to the ball or the boost, and how you get there. The better player, the more efficient they can be, and in the end of the game, the more effective they can be in the game. Tip 2. Watch the game as much as you play it. This is a very self-explanatory, but the more intake of the game, the more information you have, therefore your potential is higher. I would suggest watching whoever you enjoy watching, because the more you can get out of it. If you like watching Reddles, watch Reddles. If you watch me, watch me. If you watch Squishy, watch Squishy. Whoever you enjoy most, that's the more benefit you can get. Tip 3. Watch your replays. This is also self-explanatory, but I want to give you 3 things to look out for when you're going over your own replay. The first thing is your macro mistakes, aka the major mistakes that even someone who hasn't played the game could say you messed up on. The second thing is your micro mistakes. These could be something like missing boost, missing the ball, or banging the ball away when you could have kept it close. The third and final thing is your common mistakes. You'll find common mistakes over the more replays you watch, but this will differ from each person. But an example for me would be over-rotating my car while in the air. So you got to find your common mistakes, your micro mistakes, and your macro mistakes, and I'm sure you can fly through the ranks. To quickly go into more detail about what I mean by macro, micro, and common mistakes, I have this play here that we score off of by the end. I want to show you what I mean by going over your replays with what I said. Now over here we have a few mechanical errors, so those would be chalked up to micro mistakes. You don't have to go in full detail, you just want to make sure you go over them. What could I have done better? We go over here, we cut space, we see, we're like, okay, did we do anything wrong? I would say here, for me, this would be a micro mistake for me, because I could easily just half flip here and be on the ball better. But I think in this situation I didn't want to fully commit to a direction. I wanted to kind of bait a direction, and my teammate gets the demo and we score, right? So going over, like, even if you go over just goals, how you got scored on, how you scored, what did you do right, what did you do wrong, anything to boost your play, anything to make you better. Like, I would go back over here and say, okay, maybe I don't do this, maybe I go up the wall here, because I could easily as drive up the wall and block a shot and, you know, cover for my teammate just in case he misses. But, and then this would be micro, because I don't need to do this. This is a poor play here, because he could slam this off the wall and I'd be in an awkward spot, so I could just drive around. Many things, you don't have to go in so much depth and over your own self, but I highly suggest going over macro, micro, and common. Common, as I said, you'll find throughout more replays. If I go over more replays, I'll find more instances of mechanical errors, such as over-rotating my car or landing poorly on the wall. Those would be my 2 common mistakes that I need to work better. And yeah, so go into your replays, look at your macro, micro, and common mistakes, and yeah, I wish you luck. Tip 4. Envision the evolving play. What I mean by this is following through the play, or positioning. An example of this could be the ball is set over your head to your corner, but you still follow the ball and you don't try to get ahead of the ball. Or, if your teammate has the ball on the opponent's ball, going full speed, but you are still defending the corner, like your teammate is going to lose possession of the ball, and now you can't be there for when your teammate passes mid. A way to keep this in mind while playing is thinking, where should I be on the field right now? It will take trial and error, but over time, it will get easier and easier. Tip 5. Limit the space you give your opponents. This is a pretty common misconception when it comes to shadow defending. You want to cut down the space that your opponent has with the ball. This does not mean insta-challenge or ball chase. It means to put the other team in a spot where they feel forced to give up possession to your team. For example, a flick, booming the ball, or a regular old challenge. But limiting the space makes it harder for your opponents to attack, and therefore score less on you. To give real game situation examples, in tip number 5 here, I have a direct play, you guys might have seen it earlier, where I cut down space and time for the opponent. I don't fully commit, as I kind of show here, I cut down the angle. If we look at it from my opponent's perspective, that's the wrong one. If I look at it from my opponent's perspective, he does have an open net here, but he has the ball on the wrong side. If we see it from his perspective the whole time here on his attack, we're slowly cutting down space. We slowly are taking away his angle for a shot. He could easily bang this ball, but I could easily react to it. Because him with no boost, he's not going to get that much power on the ball. Enough, at least a threatening amount. So he's forced to give up the ball, and he's forced to rotate back and rotate through the play. Hey everyone, you made it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed or got something out of it, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer down in the comment section below. But other than that, have a good rest of your day or night, and peace!